The pain and the suffering will never end. Oh boy, it's almost time for a brand new Pokemon game with Pokemon Legends ZA, and you know what that means. Another round of pre-order bonuses. If you've been around the channel for a while, you'll know that this is something that I talk about pretty often, where we go over the pre-order bonuses. I give some of my opinions and kind of like a little retrospective, as well as my current feelings and predictions of the future. Rewatching my Pokemon Scarlet and Violet one, it was kind of negative and things felt kind of bleak. But this year's totally gonna be better, right? Well, actually, I'm kind of impressed. So let's go ahead and start things off with the US, because that's where I'm located and where most of my audience is. Obviously, the Pokémon Center is the #1 stop here, and the main thing they're offering is a set of pins featuring all the starter Pokemon. And yeah, these look kinda nice. You know, pins have really become a mainstay of Pokemon. They come in TCG products pretty often and end up being pre-order bonuses most of the time. And really, it was a pin trading rally at World Championships this year that made me kinda realize that. So these are a decent place to start, but I think they're really weird with how they include the Pokédex number underneath each Pokemon, because then it really feels out of whack with how different the Pokemon are. I mean, yeah, sure, Chikorita and Totodile are from Johto, so they're gonna have similar numbers, but then you got Tepig in the middle nearly at 500. I think that little plate could have at least included their name instead. But then again, numbers are an easy thing that you don't have to translate going from country to country. The thing is though, that Pokemon Center actually did offer a little plushie earlier this year. This one was a very limited thing shortly after gameplay of Legends ZA was revealed, where if you pre-order from the Pokemon Center, I think it was random, but you could get one of the Sitting Cutie plushes of the starters. And you know, these are not exclusive or anything, but I think it's kind of a fun idea, because they are like a smaller size of plush that you can kind of easily include as an extra incentive. So what they lack in exclusivity, they make up for in value. You know what time it is, baby, it's Walmart time! Yeah, ooh boy, Walmart, dang, who buys video games from Walmart unless it's like clearance stuff that happens to be posted online? Anyway, if you do pre-order from Blue, Cheap, or Target, you will get a pin. Oh, okay, pins again? These one actually have different artwork, being the Pokemon Home style that we see in promotions nowadays. So while it might seem like a quick and easy alternative to the Pokemon Center, I actually think you only get one pin and it is random. I was seeing that going around here and there, and hopefully while I'm editing the video I can include the advertisement that states that. But if that is the case, oh man, could you imagine getting one of these and it's like the Pokemon you like the least? I mean, me personally, I like all the starters, I think they're cute, but obviously I would really want Totodile. But I could only imagine if you happen to be one of those weird certified Chikorita haters and getting a Chikorita randomly. Well, let's go ahead and move on to GameStop, you know, everybody's favorite place for Pokemon as of late, ha ha ha. GameStop is doing a midnight release as they usually do, and if you attend one of these, you'll be getting a tote bag which has the art for Pokemon Legends ZA on one side, and then the art for Mega Evolutions on the other. But for the actual pre-order bonus, they are giving out the trench coat and pants set. Very cool looking and is something iconic for Pokemon Legends ZA, but the interesting thing is that this is only exclusive to GameStop in the US, because in other countries they'll be getting this as well, but through other means. But yeah, they're all pretty much still pre-order bonuses. You know, I guess it looks nice, but in the recent weeks, GameStop's reputation and trust has just gone completely down the drain. So if anybody didn't happen to cancel their pre-orders and feels like waiting in line at midnight release, well, I hope you have fun. Now it's time for Amazon, one of the biggest shopping websites in the world, so let's see what Jeff Bezos has for us today. Wow, more digital items, I didn't expect that. This has been the case with Amazon for a while because, like, yeah, you know, they can give pre-order bonuses, but can they really do anything beyond digital? It would be too much of a hassle to have anything physical. But like, they can at least be a little more generous with some of the items, like, this is all stuff you could get from an NPC. And actually in recent Pokemon games, you can just find all this stuff on the ground. Oh boy, one rare candy. Then comes Best Buy, which honestly I'm a big fan of. Their pre-order bonus is what they call a gamer mat, large mouse pad, or playmat, and this is actually where I decided to pre-order my game from. Yeah, I know the art on it isn't exactly all that exciting, just using the pre-existing map image and some of the promo images of the Pokemon, but as somebody who loves trading card games, I also try to collect playmats here and there, and I have a lot of them. Store-bought playmats, Twitter sweepstakes playmats, Pokemon playmats, Yu-Gi-Oh playmats, Gooner playmats. I might have a little bit of a problem, but this one here is one I could definitely see myself using during game nights with the boys, you know, locals or anything else, or pack openings if I decide to do those again. So stick around and I'll let you know how that goes. Really, that's about where I want to end things for all the American retailers, but we can still stay in the same continent by going out to our neighbors in Canada, who if they go to EB Games will be getting a keychain of one of the starters. And this is the same art that we see in the Walmart pre-order bonuses, and on top of that, this is also only one of 3, you get a random one, you don't get all of them. So once again, if this is where you're going, I hope you actually get the starter you want. Now let's head across the pond to Europe and start with the UK, which I'm not gonna lie, this is probably some of the best stuff here. This is all actually done through the My Nintendo store, where you can actually select various different bundles for your pre-order bonus. But yeah, you can get the ultimate one that comes with everything, or you can get ones that just come with a few of them. But they're kind of crazy. You've got mugs, hats, an umbrella, some Mega Charizard X and Y figurines, and the very much coveted starter Pokemon figurine. This is very similar to something that they had during Scarlet and Violet, which was also announced as a pre-order bonus for places like Europe, but here in the US it actually came to Target as a purchase bonus very last minute. So I can at least hope that maybe that'll happen again so I can get these guys, much like I did with the Paldean starters. But yeah, it is really cool, and what seems like is exclusive to them are the Charizard figurines, which there are still some bundles available with them. So if you end up getting any of this swag, come back to the comments later and let me know. Also, the starter figurine is going to be available at other European locations, like Micromania in France and Game in España. One of the other interesting things I do want to bring up is, I'm trying to collect these best I can and gather them to make the video. But of all things, one that I did not expect to see was that at PAX Australia earlier this year, where Nintendo had a presence, if at the event you pre-purchased the digital version of Legends EA, you would get a postcard set. Yeah, it is really weird, but I think it's a fun idea for Nintendo to leverage actually being at events like this. Well, that is sort of everything a note for us English speakers, but as you know, the Japanese pre-order bonuses always go crazy. So obviously you have stuff available at the Pokémon Center like the art book for Legends EA, which is a really fun idea and I can't wait to see all the stuff that's included in it. But then you also get so many random items at various other retailers, and I'm not going to go like super into depth on all of them, but I'll leave the link in the description so you can check them out yourself. But yeah, just stuff like extra badges, plates, there's a watch somewhere, notebooks, pouches, deck boxes, other displays, tote bags, some stuff with a really cute design of all the starter Pokemon sleeping, and just so much more. It does all make sense. If these stores are in Japan where Pokemon's headquarters are also located, logistically it makes it a lot easier to partner up with them. I don't really think there's anything here that I really want aside from the art book, but if you want the truest betrayal ever, Amazon Japan is actually giving out something physical as a pre-order bonus. Yeah, they still do have something digital, being the coat that we saw in GameStop, but also there's a cutlery set, a fork and spoon, and a design box, huh? You mean to tell me that if you order from there, you not only save a trip from GameStop, but you get a fork and a spoon? Absolute peak. Now the moment you've all been waiting for. The one pre-order bonus that has taken the internet by storm, the Pokemon Legends EA diorama available at Hero Game in Vietnam. Like what? How do you even think of this? The image makes it look a lot better than it probably would in real life. And you can tell that these are all cardboard pieces just constructed into a little 3D shape. But like, oh my gosh, this is actually something amazing, and a lot of people do really want it because yeah, it would make a great display piece, even if it is only cardboard. I really would like to see images of this when it's actually out there. But yeah, such a random place to have it, and I know that this is all completely the doing of the store, Hero Game, so all I'm saying is that everybody else better step things up. But that has been it for the pre-order bonuses of Pokemon Legends EA. Yeah, they all look cool and it's kinda neat, but at the end of the day, pre-order bonuses are gimmicks devised by the retailers in order to get you to buy the game from them rather than someone else. They're tapping into your brand loyalty and FOMO to make sure you don't just stay home and download it from the eShop. But I really do like free stuff and I'm not immune to it, so I'm to blame too. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Which one of these are your favorite, and have you placed a pre-order anywhere? Anyway, I should get back to getting ready for the actual game release, which happens in just a week. Can you believe it, guys? Pokemon Legends EA just a week away. Thank you to every channel member for your continued support, including the Great Gators, Alex with Shiny Hunts, Justin Dows, Cosmo Zero, Tyler Hopper, Koi13, Cemetery Hill, Cheez-It62, GatorKid509, TF, Mathaclock947, Taijirai, Justin R, Phantom, and Quago. If you would like to support, see your name here, get access to emotes, for comments, live streams, sometimes early videos, and our members podcast, you can become a channel member today. You can also follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky as well for more memes. Anyway, this is GatorX, and I will catch you all later.
Two worlds collide. Powerful Pokemon shape the future. Pokemon trading card game XY Fates Collide. In stores now. Each booster pack of 10 cards sold separately. Cards vary by pack.